Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now in this video guys, I'm going to talk to you about something very serious. And it's something that I suffer from. It's something Hans suffers from. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys also suffer from this too. It is called plant addiction. And this is a sort of like a fun but also a difficult video to have to do because it's something I have to admit to. I do have an addiction, guys. Hans has an addiction, and I'm sure you guys also, a lot of you guys would also have this addiction. We are addicted to plants. And while it might not exactly be as serious as heroin or alcohol or any of the other addictions that might be far more serious than plants, it's still a problem because what do you do when you have so many plants that the place is absolutely filled to the brim? As in this case, this is our polytunnel, and our house is even worse. You have no room for any more plants, but you have a plant addiction. What do you do? The thought of buying no more plants is quite terrifying. Now guys, I'm hoping this is going to be a bit of a fun, light-hearted type of video, but it is serious as well. Now, I'm not stupid enough to know I have a lot of plants. I actually don't know how many plants I have because every time I try and count them, it goes into the thousands. And I'm standing here in my polytunnel at the moment. It's sort of late winter, early spring. And I have a lot, seriously a lot of plants. Here I've got all my aloes, all my succulents, big tall cereus plants, hanging baskets here, mostly all the cacti on this side. And I have tons, and seriously when I say this, lots of plants inside the house that need to come out for the spring, sort of April, May time. I'm going to be bringing a lot of the plants back out from inside the house into the polytunnel here, which is going to free up the house a little bit. But obviously it's going to take up room in the polytunnel. And I always think that with any addiction, there's a limit. Now, people don't take plant addiction seriously because it is classed as funny. Like I say, it's not life-threatening, and it's probably even seen as a healthy addiction to have lots of houseplants in the house or even in the garden. It's healthy. I mean, they give off wonderful, wonderful healing energy. They give off oxygen. They're good for us. I mean, to have a house filled with plants is very, very good for us. But when does it stop becoming healthy? When you can't stop buying plants and you run out of space. Now this is the problem I'm currently at, guys. The thought of never being able to buy another plant fills me with dread. Honestly guys, I actually feel so horrific at the thought of never being able to buy another plant because it's a passion of mine. I love to look after the plants I've already got, but I love the thought of buying new plants I haven't got because when it comes to collecting cacti and succulents and houseplants, there's so many amazing plants that you can never, ever, ever run out of plants. Sorry about that noise, that's the ice cream van in the background. You can never run out of plants that you can get. But you can certainly run out of space. But most importantly, you can run out of time. Now, this is our polytunnel. This is our winter polytunnel. It's March now. We have a lot of plants out here, and we have got a lot of space. I mean, we've got some plants, we have a lot of plants overwintering inside the house. They're going to be coming out into the polytunnel for the winter, but there's lots of space, as you can see, and we've got plants, loads of room underneath. We're going to be putting plant stands there, so there's enough room for them, but they're going to grow, and when they grow, then we have a problem because there's only so much room. And the most important thing is actually the time, because even now me and Hans rent the house we're in. It's not our dream house. it's cozy, it's comfortable, but we need somewhere that's going to be better for the plants, bigger windows, somewhere we can have a big garden where we can have a couple of grow tents, polytunnels, because I want to do a nursery. We've got a lot of plans, so this is only temporary for us. But we also know that it doesn't matter how much of a big space you have. We could be living in an absolutely massive mansion, massive gardens. There's only so much time in the day, and this is why I'm making this video, because can you have too many plants? Well, I hate to actually admit this, guys, and I want to hear your views. Please drop your views down below, but the answer is yes, you can. There's only so many hours to get things done. And if me and Hans lived in a massive, massive mansion with humongous, huge, big grow tents, polytunnels, greenhouses, you know, there's only so many hours to get things done, to look after your plants. The more you have, the more you have to care for. And me and Hans spoke about this the other day. It's horrible to admit, it's absolutely terrible to admit, but we looked at each other and said, we've got so many plants on our wish list, but have we got the time to give to all of our individual plants? I've lost count of how many plants we have here in our polytunnel. We have over a couple of thousand, easily. They're all healthy. They're all doing really well. We do have time to look after every single one. I cannot walk into a garden centre or any type of florist or any plant place without buying a plant. I think, oh, I haven't got that one, I have to get that. And that's when it gets into an addiction. Now, it's not so much the money. Plants are fairly cheap to buy. They're not expensive. It's not really a problem in that way. The problem is lack of space and lack of time. Time is the biggest one. If it comes to the point where you think, I have not got the time to look after all these 5,000 plus plants, then I think you have an addiction. And that's why I'm making this video. Guys, are you the same as me? We have to just accept there's only so many hours in the day. And like any addiction, you have to say, I'm stopping this. I'm looking after the plants I've got. If I really want to get plants I haven't got, I have to give something away. Now, there's still plants that me and Hansi have got on our wish list. We have plants that we really want to get that we haven't got. But when we do get them, then we offload extra plants, because that's how it has to be. And I'm very much into feng shui, that, you know, as much space as possible. It's hard with plants because, you know, especially when it's an addiction. But whenever I get a new plant, and we have got some plants on our wish list, I'm going to offload any extra plants I've got. So guys, are you the same? Are you addicted to plants? Do you think you have an addiction? How do you cope with it? And what do you like for space? Are you filled up in your house, in your greenhouses? And what are you going to do about it? This is something that actually does cause me anxiety, because the thought of not buying another plant again gives me anxiety, guys. That's how I know I have a plant addiction. And I'm happy to gift and also give away and sell extra plants I have. This is my goal for my plant nursery. But there's many, many plants on my wish list that I know I want. And I can never just refuse extra plants. Please leave your comments down below, guys. I want to hear from you and know if you have a plant addiction. It's not harmless. You're not harming your body. You're not really harming yourself. As long as you can afford it, you're not harming your wallet. But what you are possibly doing is harming your plants, because there's only so many hours in the day. And I'd love to hear what you think, guys. Send you all loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.